Now that they say that they're 30% of Hispanics agree with Donald Trump, lady. You know what I'm saying? Even though they're out there saying, hey, we need to build a wall, we need to stop this illegal activity. Why? Because the Hispanics that live here legally, if they got they uncle them and stuff like that, and they sister, they just ain't doing right. They got a credit card scam going on. They stealing furniture out of other folks' house and stuff. Heck yeah, they don't want their uncle and their sister messing it up for them. They got a good standing as a Hispanic doing good. You got what's that lady on the Supreme Court, that Hispanic? Heck no, she don't want them messing it up. She don't want them. She don't want to lose her seat on the Supreme Court. You know what I'm saying? She want other Hispanics like she got appointed and elected. She want other good standing Hispanics to make it without they sister now or they uncle now trying to bend the rules and do anything. You know what I'm saying? You got Ted Cruz and Marco Rubio. Man, they got to be fair and square. You know what I'm saying? They can't sit up there and vouch for nobody that's breaking the rules. You know what I'm saying? That means you got to let everybody out of prison, lady. If you're going to let one group of people get away with anything, you got to let all of them get away. That's just fair. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to continue to let the border have no border, and you're going to continue to let illegal immigrants do anything they want to do, then you need to let everybody out of prison. Like, now, that's just fair. That means nobody's breaking the rules. If you have a group of people that's here illegally, first of all, they're not even supposed to be here. So everything they do is illegal. All their activity, including being here, is illegal. If you continue to let that happen, you have to let everybody do anything that they want to do. And we cannot have a society like that. You cannot have a society where there is no penalty for doing wrong like that. And as I played, you got anybody in the Afro caucus out there that can get to Nancy Polo and tell her, come on, Nancy, come on, Chip. You can't continue to do like that, man. You got to have security. Ask Chuck and Nancy when they go places. Do they leave their car unlocked? You know what I'm saying? When they get off of the Air Force One, do they leave the door open? Do they ride the Air Force One? You know what I'm saying? With their head out the window? No, they don't, lady. You know what I'm saying? I tell you, lady, I don't know exactly how they responded to Donald Trump's message. You know what I'm saying? But I tell you, when everybody's on their way to school and stuff like that, you look at your children. You know what I'm saying? You tell your children. You don't want your teacher talking to your children any kind of way. You want your children to be treated nice, just like any other student. Isn't that fair? Don't you want the teacher to treat your children just as good as she's treating the other children? You know what I'm saying? You don't want your child to be discriminated on. You know what I'm saying? And that's just like that border. You know what I'm saying? That's just like those illegal immigrants. You got one child in there. I'm talking about cutting the food. That child doing anything, leaving class, coming to class, and they gonna graduate. That child gonna graduate, but the teacher holding your child back. You know what I'm saying? Your child's supposed to be in the class. You know what I'm saying? Your child got selected. They got a real letter, invitation of acceptance to come to the school, and they hating on your child that got accepted, and the child that ain't even supposed to be there, they celebrating the child. You see what I'm saying? And that just ain't fair, lady. Man. It ain't fair, and that right there, it cost Bama a national championship. It cost them another one, lady. It was bad enough they never lost the championship, but another one, ladies and gentlemen. When the people say, okay, we're gonna give you guys some time to get it together, to realize that you did something wrong. We're gonna give you a chance to redeem yourself, even though we can't give you that one that you lost back. We're gonna give you a chance to redeem a championship. You know what I'm saying? Because maybe you not stubborn. Maybe you not like that. But they proved again that they wanted to do it like that. Even though they know it was wrong. That's just what they wanted to do. Because they voted on it. They voted on it, lady. They voted on it. And they said without a doubt that they was going to win that game without acknowledging Mr. Harris. You know what I mean? I had to give him we had to acknowledge him. You know what I mean? And they didn't win, ladies and gentlemen. They didn't win. You know what I mean? Sad, but it's true. You know what I mean? But I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, you have some students. I'll never forget they had that lady Barbara, what her name? Barbara Thompson. Barbara Thompson came to Montgomery. She didn't even have a 5th grade education. Right? The lady didn't have a 5th grade education, and they knew she did. They liked those panties. You know what I'm saying? The city of Montgomery, all of them agreed. City council, people on the PTA, they just said she had the most delicious panties of all the women that ever tried to be a superintendent. And they wanted to get those panties in their office chair. And they wanted those panties to be sitting on that cushion as many days as they could, even on holidays, all kind of days. You know, emergency PTA meeting, emergency board of education, because they wanted to see that lady. They wanted to see that Victoria's Secret. You know, they wanted to see it. You know, because sometimes they have them pantsuit. It give you an idea that there's a nice pair of Victorias under that pantsuit. And they just said they couldn't get enough of it. None of them could get enough of it. Because she was on both sides, you know what I'm saying? She was white wheat. That's what they call it. I want wheat, but I don't want brown wheat. You know what I'm saying? I've got a taste for some wheat, but I don't want any brown wheat. How you got any white wheat? You see what I'm saying? And that way they got the best of both. You know what I'm saying? They got the best of both. They got what they wanted. Everybody got a slice of that bread, and they couldn't really complain. She had some for the brown and for the white. That white wheat. You know what I mean? That's what that Barbara Thompson was. And they said she was a full-figured public figure. You know what I mean? And that's what they really liked. And she had a hint of that white wheat. You know what I mean? And they didn't care about a 5th grade education. They told her just don't talk, you know what I mean? They told her just like she was in a royal family, use your hands to talk. You wave at people and smile, you know what I mean? And we'll have somebody else to do all your homework. All you do is, baby, you put on that lingerie and those nice pantsuits and come on and clock in so we can look at you and breathe and put mayonnaise lotion all over our body, you know what I mean? And that's what they did. You know, and it cost a lot of people, including the accreditation for Montgomery Public Schools. Eventually, it hit the fan. You know why? Because they couldn't keep that boat floating. They could not keep that Harriet II floating down the stream. Why? Because Barbara Thompson had ran it down to Wetumpka, to the Poarch Creek Casino. You know what I'm saying? And sooner or later, they had to pay for that $4 million that the city of Montgomery or the county couldn't pay for. They eventually had to get the money from somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Because this is called shush hush money. Don't tell nobody how many times we paid you to get those see-through Victorias from Victoria and put it, paper and had that thing flashing. I tell you, it's hot. You know what I'm saying? Got that aluminum foil in that thing. You know, Jackie just closed his eye and put his hands on their face and see them things like, baby. Thing look like a sweet roll, like a honey bun. You know what I mean? Nothing but icing. You know what I mean? And they just couldn't get enough.